This is not a coincidence. You didn't just stumble upon this message by accident. Something greater has led you here, something beyond your understanding, something that has been working behind the scenes of your life, aligning every event, every thought, every decision to bring you to this exact moment. You feel it, don't you? That unshakable pull. That strange, almost eerie sense that something is happening, something is changing, something is about to be revealed to you. And let me tell you, once you hear this, there is no turning back. Because what I'm about to say will shift everything. It will shake the very foundation of what you thought you knew about your life, your destiny, your purpose. This message is not for everyone. In fact, most people will never hear it. They will never be ready for it. But you are different. You've always been different. You've felt it since the beginning, like a whisper in the back of your mind, telling you that you were meant for more. And now, finally, the time has come for you to understand why. Think about your life for a moment. The struggles you faced. The obstacles that seemed impossible. The pain that felt unbearable. You've been through things most people couldn't handle, haven't you? You've seen darkness that would have broken others. But somehow, someway, you made it through. And that's not by accident. That's not just luck. That's proof. Proof that you are one of the few. Proof that you are chosen. And right now, something is happening in your life that you might not even realize. There is a shift. A change so powerful, so profound, that once you become aware of it, nothing will ever be the same again. You might have noticed it already, small signs, strange coincidences, things aligning in ways that don't make sense. It's been happening all around you, but most people ignore it. Most people dismiss it as chance. But you are starting to see the truth. The world around you is not what it seems. There are forces moving, unseen hands guiding you towards something bigger. You've always felt that pull, that feeling that you don't quite fit into the ordinary world. And that's because you don't. You were never meant to. You were meant for something greater. Something beyond the limits of what most people can even comprehend. But here's the thing. The chosen are never given an easy path. You felt it, haven't you? That constant battle, that endless cycle of struggle. Every time you thought things were finally falling into place, something happened. A setback, a betrayal, a loss that felt unbearable. It wasn't random. It wasn't bad luck. It was preparation. It was the fire that was meant to refine you. Because the strongest souls are not built in comfort. They are built in fire. Look back at your life. Every challenge, every painful moment, every time you thought you couldn't go on but somehow did. That was proof of who you are. That was evidence that you were never meant to live an ordinary life. If you were, you wouldn't have faced such trials. You wouldn't have been tested so relentlessly. Because only the chosen are put through the kind of battles that you have survived. And only the chosen emerge stronger, unbreakable, unstoppable. But now, something different is happening. The time of struggle is coming to an end. You've been through the storm, and now the skies are clearing. The pieces that have felt scattered for so long are about to come together. The answers you've been searching for are about to be revealed. And the power that has been waiting for you all along is about to be unlocked. But there's one thing you must understand. Not everyone is ready for this. Most people, when they hear something like this, will dismiss it. They will let doubt creep in. They will tell themselves it's just a coincidence. They will walk away from the very thing that was meant to change their lives. And that is why so few ever step into their true power. That is why the world is filled with people who never reach their potential, who never find their purpose, who never truly wake up. But you are still here. You are listening. And that means something. That means you are ready. That means you are different. That means you were meant to hear this message at this exact moment in your life. Because the truth is, there are no accidents. There are no coincidences. Everything that has happened to you, every twist, every turn, every heartbreak, and every victory, it has all been leading you to this. And now, you have a choice. You can walk away, dismiss this, ignore the voice inside you that is telling you this is real. Or, you can embrace it. You can accept that you are chosen. You can step into the power that has been waiting for you all along. Because whether you realize it or not, something has already begun. The shift has already started. In the next few moments, the next few decisions you make will determine everything. So let me ask you, have you felt it? The changes happening in your life, the moments of clarity that seem to come out of nowhere, the undeniable feeling that something big is about to happen? That's not your imagination. That's not wishful thinking. That's real. That's the universe calling you. That's destiny knocking at your door. And the question is, are you going to answer? Because the ones who do, the ones who accept this, who embrace their true power, who refuse to let doubt stop them, those are the ones who step into the life they were always meant to have. Those are the ones who break free from the limitations that have held them back for so long. Those are the ones who rise. And you are one of them. You've always been one of them. You just didn't know it until now. But now that you do, now that the truth has been revealed, everything changes. The way you see the world will never be the same again. The way you move through life will be different. Because once you understand who you really are, once you accept that you were chosen, nothing can stop you. Not fear. Not doubt. Not obstacles. Because the moment you truly believe in your own power, the moment you decide that you are ready to step into the path that has been waiting for you, the moment you claim what is yours, that is the moment everything shifts. That is the moment the doors start to open. That is the moment your destiny begins. And I promise you this, if you are ready, if you accept this truth, if you embrace the power that has always been inside you, you will look back on this moment as the day everything changed. The day you stopped waiting. The day you stopped questioning. The day you finally stepped into the life that was always meant for you. Because make no mistake, this is your moment. This is your awakening. This is the beginning of something greater than you ever imagined. And all you have to do is accept it. You are still here. That means something. That means this message wasn't just words to you, it resonated. It stirred something deep within you, something you might not even have words for yet. And that is how you know. That is how you know that you were meant to hear this, meant to receive this, meant to step into the truth of who you really are. But knowing is not enough. Hearing the message is only the beginning. Because the chosen are not just called, they are activated. Something inside you is waking up. A force, a power, a truth that has been buried under years of doubt, years of conditioning, years of being told you were just ordinary. But you are not. And you have always known it. There have been moments in your life where you felt it, haven't there? Moments where things aligned too perfectly to be random. Moments where you saw glimpses of what could be, of the life you were meant to live, of the power that was always inside you. But then, just as quickly, it faded. The world pulled you back in. Doubt crept in. People told you to be realistic, to stop dreaming, to accept things the way they are. And you did. For a while, you did. But no matter how much you tried to silence it, that feeling never truly left you. Because it couldn't. It was never going to. Because it is a part of you. Because it is who you are. And that feeling, that knowing, that deep, undeniable truth that you are different, that you are meant for more, that has been waiting. Waiting for the moment when you would finally be ready. And that moment is now. You feel it, don't you? That pull getting stronger. That shift happening faster. The things that used to make sense don't anymore. The things you used to accept, the limitations you used to believe in, they don't hold the same power over you. And that's because your old self is falling away. The version of you that was afraid, that was uncertain, that was asleep, that version is fading. Because you are waking up. And once you do, once you truly see what has always been within you, there is no going back. But here's the thing. Most people never reach this point. Most people, when they feel this awakening happening, when they feel the pull to something greater, they ignore it. They push it away. They tell themselves they are imagining it. They let their fear win. And that is why most people never step into their true power. That is why most people stay trapped in a reality that was never meant for them. That is why the chosen are so few. But you are still here. And that means you are different. That means you are ready. That means this is your moment. And I want you to prove it. Not to me. Not to anyone else. To yourself. Right now, in this moment, I want you to declare it. I want you to claim it. Because the universe does not respond to hesitation. It does not respond to doubt. It responds to action. And right now, if you feel this, if you know this is for you, if you are ready to step into your power, I want you to comment 99. That is your activation number. That is your confirmation. That is your signal to the universe that you are ready. And this is not just a comment. This is not just words on a screen. This is a declaration. This is a shift. This is a moment that you will look back on and realize was the turning point. Because something happens when you take action. Something happens when you move with certainty. The energy around you begins to shift. The things that have been waiting for you begin to align. Doors that seemed locked begin to open. But only for those who claim it. Only for those who declare that they are ready. You have been waiting for a sign. And now, here it is. The universe is watching. God is watching. Everything that has been guiding you to this moment is waiting to see what you will do next. And this is where most people hesitate. This is where most people let fear win. This is where they tell themselves they'll do it later, that they need more time, that they're not ready. But that is the lie that has kept them stuck. That is the lie that has kept them from stepping into the life that was always meant for them. But you are different. You feel this in your soul. You know this is real. And that means you are ready. That means you are chosen. And that means everything is about to change. Something is happening right now, whether you can see it or not. The energy around you is shifting. The reality you have known is being rewritten. The very fabric of your existence is changing. And you have a choice. You can resist it, fight it, try to hold on to the life you've always known, even though you feel it slipping away. Or, you can embrace it. You can surrender to what is already happening. You can step into the unknown with the full certainty that you are meant for something greater. And that is what separates the chosen from the lost. The chosen are the ones who say yes. Who don't let fear stop them. Who don't hesitate when they feel the call. Because they understand something that most people never do. They understand that destiny does not wait. That opportunities do not come twice. That the moment you feel something shift, you must move. And that is why you are still here. That is why you are still listening. Because deep down, you know. Deep down, you understand that this is your moment. Deep down, you recognize that something bigger is happening right now, and you are being given a choice. The next few days, the next few weeks, they are going to be different. You are going to start seeing signs. You are going to start feeling things shift in ways you can't explain. People will react to you differently. Situations will unfold in ways that seem almost impossible. And that is because everything has already started to change. But here's the truth. Not everyone will see it. Not everyone will recognize what is happening. And that is because not everyone is meant to. Most people will walk right past their destiny without even realizing it. Most people will stay blind, stay asleep, stay stuck in the same cycle they've always been in. But you are not most people. You are chosen. You are awake. And that means you have a responsibility. That means you must move differently. That means you must make choices that others won't understand. And it will not be easy. It will not always make sense. There will be moments where you will doubt yourself, where you will question whether you are truly ready, where you will wonder if you made the right decision. And that is where most people fail. That is where they turn back. That is where they fall asleep again. But you won't. Because you have already come too far. Because you have already seen too much. Because you have already felt what it means to be chosen, and now you can never unsee it. And that means there is no turning back. That means there is only one path forward. And I promise you this. If you keep going, if you trust what you feel, if you refuse to let fear stop you, everything you have been waiting for, everything you have been searching for, everything you have ever dreamed of, it is already on its way to you. It is already yours. The only thing left for you to do is claim it. So make your decision. Right now. Because this moment will never come again. This is your chance. This is your activation. And what happens next is up to you. There are things about your life that you were never told. Things that were kept from you, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the moment you would be ready to see them. Because the truth is, not everyone is meant to know. Not everyone is meant to wake up. The world is full of people who will live their entire lives never realizing who they truly are, never understanding the power that was inside them all along. But you are different. You feel it, don't you? That strange awareness, that sense that something has been kept from you, that the life you've been living is only a fraction of what is really possible. And now, finally, it is time for you to understand what has been hidden. Everything you have experienced up until this moment has been leading you here. Every challenge, every failure, every moment of doubt, it was all part of a greater design. A design that has been shaping you, molding you, preparing you for what comes next. And now, the time has come for you to see beyond the illusion, beyond the limitations, beyond everything you were told was true. Because what you think you know about your life is only a small piece of the puzzle. The full picture is something so much greater, so much more powerful than you can imagine. Look back on your life. Think about the moments that felt too perfect to be a coincidence. The times when you were on the brink of giving up, only to have something unexpected happen that changed everything. The times when you felt lost, only to stumble upon exactly what you needed at exactly the right moment. That was never random. That was never luck. That was the universe speaking to you, guiding you, showing you glimpses of what was always meant for you. But most people ignore these moments. They chalk them up to coincidence, dismiss them as chance. And that is why most people never see the truth. But you are not most people. You have felt this for too long. You have seen too much to believe that everything is random. And now, you are starting to realize what has been happening all along. Every setback, every challenge, every delay, it was never meant to stop you. It was meant to shape you. To test you. To see if you were truly ready. And now, after everything you have been through, after everything you have survived, you are standing on the edge of something extraordinary. The world is shifting. The energy around you is changing. The things that used to hold you back no longer have the same power over you. And that is because you are stepping into a new version of yourself. A version that was always there, waiting for you to see it. A version that is stronger, wiser, more powerful than anything you ever imagined. But to fully step into this, you must let go of the old. You must release the fear, the doubt, the beliefs that have kept you small. Because you were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were never meant to follow the same path as everyone else. You were meant to lead. To rise. To become something greater. And that is why things have felt different lately, isn't it? That is why you have been feeling a strange restlessness, an urgency that you can't quite explain. It is because your soul knows. It knows that something is coming. It knows that everything is about to change. And that feeling, that deep knowing inside you, that is the proof. That is the confirmation you have been waiting for. But here's what you must understand. This transformation is not automatic. Just because you are chosen does not mean the path will be easy. Just because you have been called does not mean you won't be tested. In fact, the opposite is true. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the harder the tests will become. The more powerful you become, the more resistance you will face. And this is where most people fail. This is where most people turn back. Because when things get difficult, when the path becomes unclear, most people let fear take over. They start to doubt. They start to question whether they were ever truly meant for something greater. And that is where they lose everything. That is where they fall back into the life they were trying to escape. That is where they become just another person who almost made it, but never quite did. But that will not be your story. Because you are different. You have come too far to turn back now. You have seen too much to doubt what you already know. And that means there is only one path forward. The path of certainty. The path of unwavering belief. The path that only the truly chosen walk. You have already felt the power inside you beginning to awaken. You have already felt the shift happening around you. And now, you must decide. Will you embrace it? Will you step into it fully, without hesitation, without fear? Because the moment you do, the moment you fully commit to the path that has been calling you, everything will change. Things will start aligning in ways you never expected. Opportunities will appear that seem almost impossible. People will come into your life who were meant to be there. And the things you once struggled for will begin to flow to you effortlessly. Not because you got lucky. Not because things suddenly became easy. But because you finally stepped into the version of yourself that was always meant to exist. The version of you that was never meant to struggle. The version of you that was always meant to rise. And here's something else you need to know. There are signs all around you, waiting to be recognized. Signs that are proving to you, right now, that this transformation is real. Think about it. Have you been noticing certain numbers repeating? Have you been seeing patterns in your life that you can't explain? Have you felt a strange energy shift, like things are starting to move in a different direction? That is not your imagination. That is the universe speaking to you, showing you that you are on the right path. But most people ignore these signs. Most people brush them off, thinking they mean nothing. And that is why most people never step into their true power. But you are different. You are still here. You are still listening. And that means you see it. That means you understand. That means you are ready. And now, there is only one thing left to do. You must embrace it. You must stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop questioning what you already know is true. Because everything you have ever wanted, everything you have ever dreamed of, it is already on its way to you. The only thing left for you to do is claim it. There are moments in life that define everything. Moments where a single choice, a single realization, shifts the course of everything that comes after. This is one of those moments. You may not fully see it yet, but something is happening beneath the surface. Something is unfolding that has been in motion long before you ever became aware of it. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This has been written. This has been destined. And you are finally beginning to understand what that means. For so long, you have been searching. Searching for answers, searching for direction, searching for a sign that you are on the right path. But the truth is, the path has always been there. You just weren't ready to see it. Every moment, every experience, every struggle, it has all been leading to this. You are stepping into a reality that has already been prepared for you. A reality that is waiting for you to claim it. The world around you is built on patterns, on rhythms, on forces that most people never recognize. But you have started to see beyond that. You have started to feel the shift, to sense the hidden currents that have been guiding you all along. And the deeper you go, the more you realize that nothing in your life has been accidental. Every setback, every delay, every challenge was perfectly placed to prepare you for what is coming. And now, the preparation is over. Now, you must step forward. There is something you need to understand. The version of yourself that you have known is no longer enough. The way you have been thinking, the way you have been moving through life, the way you have been seeing yourself, it has to change. Because the person you were yesterday cannot take you where you were meant to go. The old self must be left behind. The doubts, the fears, the limitations, they have no place in what comes next. And this is where most people fail. This is where most people hold on to the past, to their old identity, to the version of themselves that feels safe, familiar, predictable. But that version of you was never meant to last. That version of you was never meant to rise. That version of you was meant to be outgrown. And now, you must decide. Will you hold on to what is safe, or will you step into what is waiting for you? Because make no mistake, something is waiting for you. The life you have dreamed of, the power you have felt inside you, the path you have always known was meant for you, it is right in front of you. But it will not wait forever. Destiny does not wait for those who hesitate. And if you do not claim what is yours, someone else will. Think about the moments in your life where you knew, deep down, that you were meant for more. Think about the times when you felt a pull towards something greater, but fear held you back. Think about the choices you didn't make, the risks you didn't take, the opportunities that slipped away because you weren't ready. And now, ask yourself, are you going to let that happen again? Because this is it. This is your moment. There will never be another one exactly like it. There will never be another time when everything aligns exactly as it is right now. And that means you cannot afford to wait. You cannot afford to hesitate. You must step forward now, while the door is still open, while the path is still clear. Because if you don't, if you let fear win, if you let doubt creep back in, you may spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. And that is the greatest tragedy of all. Not failure, not mistakes, but never knowing what could have been if you had just believed in yourself a little more. If you had just taken the leap. If you had just trusted that the power inside you was real. But you are still here. And that means there is still time. That means the door has not yet closed. That means you still have the chance to step into what has been waiting for you all along. There are moments coming that will test you. Moments where everything in you will want to turn back, to retreat into what is familiar, to question whether you were ever truly meant for this path. But when that moment comes, you must remember this: you have already been chosen. This is already written. The only thing standing between you and your destiny is whether or not you are willing to claim it. And claiming it means stepping forward even when you don't have all the answers. It means trusting that the universe will catch you even when you can't see the ground beneath your feet. It means moving with certainty even when your mind is filled with questions. Because that is what separates those who rise from those who remain lost. That is what separates those who fulfill their purpose from those who never find it. There is something you need to know about what comes next. There will be signs. Signs that you are on the right path, signs that things are shifting in your favor. But these signs will not always look the way you expect them to. Sometimes, a closed door is the greatest blessing you will ever receive. Sometimes, what feels like a delay is actually divine timing. Sometimes, what seems like an ending is actually a beginning. And only those who are awake, only those who are truly ready, will recognize these moments for what they are. The world around you is about to change. The things that have felt impossible will suddenly start to make sense. The struggles that once seemed endless will begin to dissolve. And the life you have always felt calling to you will start to take shape. But only if you are willing to step into it. Because make no mistake, this is not something that happens to you. This is something you must choose. You must walk through the door. You must embrace the uncertainty. You must trust in the unseen forces that have been guiding you all along. And if you do, if you truly surrender to what is already written, you will begin to see the truth of who you are. The days ahead are critical. The way you move, the way you think, the way you respond to what is coming, it all matters. And that is why you must stay awake. That is why you must not allow fear to pull you back into the old ways, into the patterns that have held you back for so long. This is the moment where everything changes. This is the moment where you finally step into the life that was always meant for you. So ask yourself, are you ready? Are you truly ready to let go of everything that has been holding you back? Are you ready to embrace the power that has been waiting for you all along? Because if you are, then nothing can stop you. If you are, then everything you have ever wanted is already on its way to you. And if you are not, then this moment will pass. And you will wake up one day wondering what could have been. Wondering if you were ever truly meant for something greater. Wondering if you had a chance to change everything, and you let it slip away. But you are still here. And that means you already know the answer. That means you are already ready. That means this is your time. The only thing left for you to do is claim it. You have come this far, and that means something. That means you have felt the shift, you have seen the signs, you have recognized that this is not just another moment in your life. This is the moment. The moment where everything changes. The moment where you stop wondering and start knowing. The moment where you stop hesitating and start moving. The moment where you finally step into the version of yourself that was always meant to exist. Because this is not something that will happen later. This is not something you are waiting for. It is already happening. You are already in it. The only thing left for you to do is embrace it fully. And that is the hardest part. Not because you are incapable, not because you are not ready, but because you have spent so much of your life being conditioned to believe that this moment would never come. That you would never reach this point. That the life you dreamed of was always just out of reach. But all of that was a lie. A lie designed to keep you small. A lie designed to keep you distracted, lost, powerless. But you are no longer powerless. You have seen too much, felt too much, awakened too much to ever go back to the way things were. And that is why this moment is the most important moment of your life. Because this is where you choose. This is where you decide whether you will step fully into the path that has been waiting for you or whether you will let fear pull you back into the old patterns, the old limitations, the old way of existing. There is nothing left to wait for. The time for waiting is over. The time for doubting is over. You have been given everything you need. The signs have been placed before you. The confirmation has already come. The only thing left is your decision. You must understand something. When you take this step, when you truly step into your power, the world will not remain the same. People around you will not remain the same. You will begin to notice things you never noticed before. You will begin to see the illusions that most people never see. And that is because when you awaken, the world does not change, you do. You begin to move differently. You begin to think differently. And because of that, the way the world responds to you begins to shift. You may notice people treating you differently, sensing something about you that they can't quite explain. Some will be drawn to you, others will be repelled by you. And that is because not everyone is meant to walk this path with you. Not everyone is ready to step into their power. And when they see you doing it, they will either recognize something in themselves that they had long forgotten, or they will reject it completely because it forces them to confront the truth. You must not let this distract you. You must not let this pull you back into doubt. Because the moment you begin to rise, resistance will come. The moment you begin to move in alignment with your true self, challenges will appear. But these challenges are not signs that you are on the wrong path. They are proof that you are finally on the right one. Because nothing tries to stop you when you are standing still. Resistance only comes when you begin to move forward. And this is where most people give up. This is where most people let the doubt creep in, let the fear win, let the voices of those who do not understand pull them back into the ordinary life they were trying to escape. But you will not. Because you have come too far. Because you have seen too much. Because you know, deep in your soul, that turning back is no longer an option. The things that are waiting for you on the other side of this moment are greater than anything you have imagined. The life that is calling you is bigger than the life you have known. But you will never see it if you hesitate now. You will never experience it if you allow fear to control you. You must move now, while the door is still open, while the energy is still shifting in your favor. You have been prepared for this. Every moment of your life has been leading to this. Every challenge you have faced, every doubt you have overcome, every lesson you have learned has been shaping you into the person you need to be to step into what is coming next. And now, all that is left is for you to say yes. To say yes to yourself, to your destiny, to the truth that has been waiting for you all along. You are chosen. You always have been. And now, you must claim it. Not just in words, not just in thoughts, but in action. Because words without action mean nothing. Thoughts without movement change nothing. You must move as if it is already done. You must walk as if you have already arrived. You must believe so deeply in who you are that the universe has no choice but to align with you. And that is where the power truly is. Not in hoping, not in wishing, not in waiting for some outside force to come and save you. The power has always been within you. The moment you recognize that, the moment you fully accept that, you will never be the same again. Because you will no longer be searching. You will no longer be waiting. You will simply be. You will be the version of yourself that was always meant to exist. And when you step into that, the world will open for you in ways you never thought possible. The things that once seemed impossible will become effortless. The struggles that once consumed you will begin to fade. The path that once felt unclear will reveal itself with perfect clarity. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And that is why this moment is everything. This is the final step. The moment where you either accept everything that has been waiting for you, or you let it slip away. The moment where you either claim your power or let it remain dormant. The moment where you either step fully into your destiny or spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. There will be no more signs after this. No more confirmations. No more waiting for proof. This is the proof. This is the sign. This is the moment where you must decide, once and for all, who you are going to be. And I already know the answer. Because if you were not ready, you would not still be here. If you were not meant for this, you would have turned back long ago. But you didn't. You stayed. You listened. And that means something. That means you are ready. That means you are chosen. That means your time has come. So now, all that is left is for you to walk through the door. To claim what has always been yours. To step into the life that has been waiting for you all along. And when you do, when you fully embrace this, you will look back on this moment as the moment everything changed. The moment you stopped searching and started becoming. The moment you stopped waiting and started living. Because you were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were never meant to be like everyone else. You were meant to lead, to rise, to show others what is possible. And now, you finally see that for yourself. Now, you finally understand. And with that understanding, there is no turning back. There is only forward. There is only the life that is calling you. There is only the destiny that has already been written for you. And now, it is time to live it.